Somebody saw we were talking Tebow, so they emailed us
Yeah,
and
I
they
saw
said,
that.
"Did you watch any of them?"
No, I didn't. I didn't click on the email. I just got the notification.
I clicked on them and watched them, and the first one is Tebow in practice, just throwing, doing drills and throwing balls. He winds up and tries throwing a pass. It gets shot out of the sky like a wounded duck. I mean, out of his hand, wounded duck. And then the other
Well,
ones are just Patrick Mahomes doing Patrick Mahomes things.
jeez,
Really, he's
man.
just doing Aaron Rodgers things, but people forget that Rodgers was that good. And yes, I'm always going to stand behind that.
Uh, that Rogers was good.
No, that Rodgers used to do what Patrick Mahomes does right now.
I mean, I mean, yeah, it's hard to debate. I mean, whew, you guys, you still standing strong with the whole not to worry about him leaving.
I have no different take than last week.
Blake Bortles, that was weird.
Not
Nope,
really.
weird. I guess again, it just needs QBs going into training camp.
I mean, he's going to be in the quarterback room. He knows what to do. He knows what to look for. He's had success, right? So he's just there to bounce ideas off of and take some pressure off of Rodgers. That's it. He's not making the team unless Jordan Love is really bad. He's not making
Right.
the team. They're only carrying 2 quarterbacks. They ain't carrying 3 this year.
Right. Come on. Welcome to the good life. Get life. Let me get a yet. All right. Thank
Do you know we're over 200 followers on Facebook?
Nice.
I just saw it
Mm-mm.
today. That was a while ago too, I think.
What time is it?
Game time. This doesn't look like.
Dan the man, what's going on, Dan the man? All is well on my end. How about yourself?
Dan the man. Okay, I'm gonna hit ad break so people can join without seeing ads. I got a new seat cushion and it's very comfy.
Nice.
I may have ordered it on accident, but that's okay. This is comfy. after this ad break. In 60 seconds, we'll start. We going right into Timmy T, or you want to do that after the schedule?
Let's get it while it's hot. Get right into that.
Good, because
Get
I
right
have
into it.
not looked at the schedule at all.
You have it?
Because I
No.
honestly don't care. To me, you can't even tell based on last year who the bad teams are going to be. You can't tell who
This
the really good teams are going to be. All right. I need to get that video. First off, Dan the Man, how are you doing? Hope you're great. Hope your baby's sleeping through the night. Wish mine would too. Both mine. Ethan's.
Oh, shit.
What?
I almost hit the wrong button. I'm almost X'd out. So, oh god.
Been like, he's so mad about Tebow getting signed. He just quit. He quit. Dropped the mic, walked out.
There we go. I can keep it like that. Yeesh. Boom. All right.
Welcome and thank you for tuning in to some Untapped Keg Sports. I am one of your hosts, RJ Zimmerman, here with my other friend, Monte Ball. How you doing, big guy?
Ooh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm alive and I'm well. But I'm very frustrated. I'm very frustrated. I'm very annoyed. I'm very, just but something's really grinding my gears that we're gonna really get into. But how are you doing?
I'm really enjoying myself right now.
I looked ridiculous.
How I leaned in there, other friend.
But that wasn't that wasn't that
your
funny.
look did do it. Yes, it was really funny, especially if you caught our last Sunday podcast. It was very funny. Yeah, shout out to the Unashamed Alcoholic, by the way. Check out her podcast.
Ooh, indeed, that was good. That was good. But let's get
Let's jump right into it. So we have opinions. And we have hot, fiery opinions. Some people agree with it. Some people have already been poo-pooing it. I don't really care. I know exactly. I know how I feel and I know what it is. We are talking, of course, about how the media is treating the Aaron Rodgers situation. So Aaron Rodgers isn't going anywhere. And no, I'm joking. Mons is all confused right now. No, what I'm talking about is Tim Tebow. He should not be on the football field. But
yes, I gotta go, man. I gotta go in real quick, man. You turn your mic down just a tad bit. You're spiking a bit.
Yeah,
at least on mine. You're good. You're good. No problem. But this whole Tebow thing, obviously, everybody now should be aware that Tim Tebow has been signed on a 1-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and of course, we all understand why that has come about, or not necessarily why, but how it came about is because obviously the head coach Urban Meyer was Tebow's former coach when Tebow was down playing with, on the Gators, the Florida Gators, and so we obviously understand how it happened. But the biggest question is why?
Really?
Why it happened? That's the question. Why? And I guess a little bit of how too. Like how did anybody not tap Urban on the shoulder or the GM and say, look, this may not be the greatest idea. Okay, now why not? I'm very frustrated, very, very frustrated because again, this has nothing to actually, it has everything to do with race. Colin Kaepernick took the 49ers to the Super Bowl.
and
in struggle.
almost to a second, and should have
Yeah.
won that one Super Bowl. Probably would have won it if there
Yeah.
wasn't a power outage.
Right? Jeez, I remember watching that down in Florida. But
I was in
so
line
again,
school, and so that was a big deal that the power went out during the
right?
Super Bowl. That's all we talked about the next day at school.
So I am upset because yes, this man has done some really good things. Colin Kaepernick is not a phenomenal quarterback. He's not a great quarterback, but he's better than probably seven of the starting quarterbacks right now in the league on 7 different teams, of course. But my frustration is just with the fact that this man struggled to get on an NFL team. We obviously all understand why that came about. No team wanted to pick him up. And then fast forward to right now, we have a player who didn't really do anything in the NFL at all. 3 seasons. Let me name out his stats right now. 3 seasons, 2010, 2011, 2012. This man has played in 35 games. He is a 50% completion rate, 654 yards. Oh no, excuse me, that was 1 year. Let me get the whole entire thing. Excuse me. 47.9% completion
I was
rate.
gonna say 50% sounds a little high.
Yeah, 2,422 yards, 17 touchdowns. Hasn't, that's not really much at all, but has now been given an opportunity. Again, his last playing day was in 2012. Last game he played was in 2012. And now he has just signed a deal, a 1-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars to play tight end, not even
Hold on.
quarterback.
You said his last game was in 2012?
Yeah.
Are we in year 2015? What year is
What?
it again?
Oh, 2021.
And his last
What?
game was 2012.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes.
We're not in 2015.
2012.
Almost a decade between snaps.
And he's getting, sorry, I couldn't catch you there for a second. I was like, wait, what? But yes, man, 2012 was the last snap he's had, NFL snap. And this man has now signed a 1-year deal to play an entirely different position. Come on now, RJ. Come on now, man. So I would sort of compare his NFL career to my NFL career. Not really shit is there. Nothing really happened extravagant whatsoever. So based on this example, my last playing day was in 2015, my last NFL snap. So I got some time.
You do have some time. You have some time. You've been training with the kid, you've been getting him ready. You're getting ready.
But man,
so Nick and Carrie are here, and I need to say, so Dan the man asks, how many tight ends who don't have a job are better at tight end than Tebow? The answer to that question, Dan the man, is all of them. All of them.
Played it.
Nick comes back with Mercedes Lewis's old ass would be better. It is better, and that's why he signed with the Packers again.
Yeah. That's mine. I'm blown away, and I'm very upset.
Then Nick says it's got to be some kind of a record for time between snaps. It has to be. I can't.
True.
Trying to think what would be the next closest.
It's 9
example
years
of something like this. I don't know. It must be like somebody going into the military and then coming back, maybe. But even then, I don't think so.
You guys, 9 years.
Here's my question: why don't we ever talk about Tim Tebow as a bust? He was a first-round draft pick. Could you read those stats off again?
Isn't that funny?
He's a first-round draft pick, and what were those stats?
Isn't that funny that no one calls him a bust? So this man did out of 35 games, he has 47.9 completion rate, 2,422 yards, 17 touchdowns in 3 years.
How many interceptions?
It's not that good. Let me keep scrolling. INTs career 9. I thought it'd be higher than that.
17 and 9. I didn't think it would because he never threw the ball.
Okay, and again, we're not on here to make fun of Tebow. Can't hate the player. Can't hate the player.
I do.
Hey, go get some more money. Do what you got to do. I respect it. But I'm more frustrated with the NFL. I'm more frustrated with the GM of Jacksonville. I'm most frustrated with the head coach, that being Urban Meyer of Jacksonville, because this is a huge. This in a whole doesn't look good for the NFL.
Well, and
We're talking,
Urban Meyer is known for nepotism, right? I
yeah,
mean, you know,
we're
he look at what he that assistant that he covered up, everybody knows about, right? Everybody
hmm
knows about he hires former players and puts them in positions. Um, that's exactly what this is. It's
9 years,
nothing different.
RJ.
They brought him in to try out for tight end. I was like, okay, whatever. This is like a non-story. And then next thing I know, they're signing him, and it's like, what?
That's not good for the NFL, in my opinion, because we talk about the NFL as this echelon level, this
The
less than
shield.
1%. Yeah, less than 1% gets in. It's very difficult to be on an active roster and to keep your spot on an active roster in the NFL. It is very difficult. But here's a player who didn't really do
Can
anything at
we?
quarterback. And,
Here's
and
something that I didn't
tight end.
think about till just now. Tim Tebow is on a roster, and Andrew Jamil is not.
I listen, man. Listen. I get annoyed because, again, I saw a photo today. I sent it to you, RJ. So the photo that I shared with RJ, you guys, they posted it. I think ESPN or whoever posted it, and it was side by side photos of Tebow and Trevor Lawrence. And I think, what did it say, RJ? That
I'll check it right
Tebow's
now.
Tebow's last snap in the NFL. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence was 12. I'll say that again. Tebow's last snap in the NFL, Trevor Lawrence was 12.
And I forgot that Tebow's last snap in the NFL came as an Eagle. I completely forgot about that
Did it? An
clown
Eagle?
show. Yeah, he was an Eagle.
Or you mean the Jets?
No, he was an Eagle after the
Did he go to-
Jets.
I don't see that.
He was with Philadelphia.
What? I do not see that on here.
Probably because he may not have like played a game. And that's probably
So
why.
true. Yeah. Unreal.
I mean, Nick
See,
Nick
that's the
says
thing.
Luke Kuechly got into the league, had a Hall of Fame career, and retired between Tebow snaps. Uh, here's
9 years, man. That's almost a decade.
I mean,
That's
this
not good for the NFL.
this person is, you know, if somebody criticizes him, it always goes back to, uh, bashing him because he's religious or, because he
Got
of
nothing
like
to do
his
with that.
personality or whatever. Anytime you have criticism, that's what it seems like they go to.
Yeah.
Here's what gets me. He was a great college player. Not taking anything away from him there. He was a very, very good college player.
I'll say this.
Probably should have won a second Heisman.
Hold on. I will.
Okay, yes, he was helped along.
That offense had so many.
But do you remember, like, it wasn't just his passing, because he was efficient as a passer.
Was a
And
very
you could tell that he had a really long windup and release. He was going to need some work in the NFL level. But if you remember him running, like, nobody could tackle him. That was where he was different. That's where he was special. Like, and then he jumped, that jump pass that he perfected. Like, that was him that did it in college. And then it came over to some of these, NFL teams and college teams kind of copied that. But
yeah,
don't take any of that away. Like, he's a pretty decent college analyst. Everybody knew he's gonna, as soon as he's done with his NFL career, ESPN was gonna hire him. Like, whatever, he's an ex-football player who's pretty good. He was gonna have his pick of where he could go. But then he goes from the NFL. He's like, you know what? I've never played baseball before, and I've always enjoyed watching it. So I'm gonna try out and see if somebody will, pick me up. So I'm going to go out there at some 72 mile an hour BP, and I'm going to hit bombs. Like, go into a bar. You can find somebody who can hit bombs on a 72 mile an hour BP fastballs, like, all day. So the Mets, who like a good circus, decided they were going to sign him, which meant that some poor kid in single A got knocked off that team.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't perform at single A. He's terrible. He's not even hitting like 250. He gets moved up to double A. Why? So that they could have the circus move a little bit more, right? So
Yeah.
now you have someone in double A who could possibly, move up a little bit. More than likely, it's a foreign player where they make nothing in the minor leagues, but that nothing for these some of these foreign-born players is a lot.
Yeah,
So,
man.
so he takes that player's spot, doesn't
Yeah.
perform again, is not good in the field, and can't
Nope.
hit. What do? Move him up again. And then he ends his baseball career. Like, okay, goes back to ESPN. He has this handed to him again. Come back to ESPN, you can be an analyst. Again, he's a good analyst. Like, I don't he is a good analyst. I enjoy listening to him talk and break stuff down. Then he decides he's gonna, Herb probably called him up. Hey, why don't you come down and try out for tight end? We need a tight end right now. Do you think you could do it? You think you still got it a little bit?
After a decade, I'm pissed off. Pissed off, actually.
Just silver spoons after silver spoons after
That's
handouts.
what it is. That is what it
you want
is.
to talk about a welfare queen?
That's what I'm saying, man. And again, it's not taking anything away from his work ethic, but at some point, obviously,
It's not
we've all
about
seen it,
how good you are. It's about who you know.
Yeah, but again, it's that work ethic, as we've all witnessed, has only gotten him so far. But then here comes that silver spoon, so that you can reach up and claw your way up and step over on top of somebody else. I'm so glad you brought that point up. He's stealing spots away from other people. Him getting this 1-year deal, him carving out a little piece of the salary cap could have gone to somebody else.
Well, here's an example of what it does for the Jags. Robert Tonyan led the NFL tight end touchdowns last year. Was the first Packers tight end, I think, ever to have 10 touchdowns, double-digit touchdowns. It's been the first time in a really long time. He started as a practice squad player. Tim Tebow's on the roster. Do you think Robert Tonyan gets a shot on the practice squad? Or do you think he's somewhere else and doesn't end up progressing like he did in the Packers organization? He's not on the practice squad. So now you don't have that Robert Tonyan. You don't have that Julian Edelman coming from,
Right.
They drafted, kind of sat on the sidelines there. You don't have that. You have these players that do progress and they get really good on a practice squad. They get really good sitting, developing behind it. And you could say all you want, strong locker room presence. He's gonna bring, high motor, high football IQ. He's gonna be good in meetings. We got coaches for. Come on, man.
Oh my gosh, man. I'm frustrated. But again, now looking at it from Urban's standpoint, this could be
Doesn't
just
this feel like Nick Saban 2.0?
That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, he's got obviously the number one pick, that being Trevor. So the media is gonna swarm that. So they might get they will get more TV time. Now you throw Tebow on top of there. Now they're gonna get even more TV time. So obviously the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars is happy.
Yeah, that's what
Brad.
What's up, Brad? Brad just put in. Jags need to fill seats.
Yep.
Tebow in Florida will fill seats.
Oh wow. Perfect timing. Yeah. Perfect timing. It's funny. Dan the Man, that's
you ain't
funny.
wrong. You ain't wrong. Yo,
Dan the Man.
Lion, thanks for the raid.
Thank you, Lion. But yes, I feel like obviously it is a publicity stunt. They're going to get ticket sales. They're going to get jersey sales, of course. They're going to fill the seats. So I see it from their standpoint, but I also think it's still a bad call. It's still a bad
absolutely
move because it dilutes now you got people thinking, oh, I can just, let me just go stroll in and try out to be tight end in the NFL. I can probably throw a rock and hit somebody who can play tight end better than Tebow's going to play.
I mean, let's go to the gym.
It's not an exaggeration.
Somebody's throwing up, 300 pounds on the bench press right now they could hold an offensive lineman for 2 seconds,
Yeah,
or I mean, a
yeah,
defensive lineman.
yeah. It frustrates me as well because us running backs, we get chewed up and spat out. That's it. Gone. Done. Up. You're half a step too slow. Goodbye. Up. You're a couple pounds overweight. See ya. Oh wait, you haven't played tight end in 9 years, or excuse me, you haven't played in the NFL in 9 years, and you played quarterback. But now we're gonna get you to play tight end. It's gonna be very interesting, and I will be watching.
Can can we just start calling him a bust though, for real? Like, can we just start saying, like, when we're talking about big first round busts, talk about Tim Tebow, because we never talk about it.
And I don't understand why people don't.
I mean, you know, I think Dwayne Haskins is a bigger bust, but Dwayne Haskins, wasn't he a second round pick? I mean, we're talking about a bust, but obviously Jamarcus Russell's the biggest bust in
In
NFL
history.
history, but Tim Tebow's a bust.
Absolutely. That is not even up for debate. I mean, anybody who tries to debate that is like you obviously are just a diehard Tebow fan, which is fine. But again, I will be watching their games. And speaking of NFL games, RJ, have you
Yeah,
checked out the
here's
Packers
something.
schedule?
Well, no, not really. I looked, just a real little bit. I don't believe it looking at the schedule when it comes out. It's
Well,
like
I was just
you
gonna
can
say,
drop it for times and stuff. Like, I saw the Packers have 5. They have 5 or 6 primetime games. I think 5. They're tied for the most in the league.
nice.
It's like I checked to see where when their bye week is, and then that's about it. I honestly, you can't tell if the schedule is weak or tough at this point in the off season. All you need to know is the bye week. So when are they going to be able to rest up? And
Right.
then, are they going to London? Well, it's the Packers, so no. Blake Bortles is going to be the Super Bowl MVP this year, so nothing else matters.
Blake
Man,
Bortles.
Packers fans are going off about Blake Bortles coming to Green Bay. I tell you what, I've seen seriously, and this is no joke, 10 people say I'm buying a Bortles Packers jersey.
Are you
I don't
serious?
know why people love this man, but people love this man. Actually, I do know why. Did you see the
He's not
interview? Did you see the
he's not
interview?
backup.
Did you see
He's
the
not a-
interview with him where they went upstairs into his room, and they're like, what do you do first thing when you wake up in the morning? This is when he was starting for Jacksonville, and he was a decent quarterback. And he's like, I don't know. I guess I take a piss. On a TV interview. And then they ask him, what would you do if you weren't playing in the NFL right now? He goes, you know, I guess I would be a construction worker ripping up cigs left and right. That'd probably be it. I mean, he's
Yeah.
like Gardner Minshew before Gardner Minshew.
Yes. Just rip cigs.
Just ripping cigs.
Just super stressed.
Just ripping some heaters,
Oh my gosh. At least he's got that humor because he's gonna need some of that when he's riding the bench.
I
So,
highly recommend looking up that video. I can't remember who shared it. I saw it on Twitter. I think it was from Lucas. So
gotcha. Well, I mean, I have checked out the Broncos schedule, and again, I actually kind of agree with you as well. You really don't know how teams are going to play. I think last year really showed that as well, where
I mean, look at how the Saints started out and then where the Saints ended. And that's not the first time the Saints have done that. And then, how many times has a 6 seed went on to win the Super Bowl? Like, you just gotta
Yeah.
get hot when it matters.
Man, our bye week is after the first game. Week 2.
Yeah, that's
That
what I
sucks.
look for. Yeah, because I want the bye week to be as late in the season as possible. And I know that a lot of NFL players feel the same way. There's been a few that have said it doesn't matter, but it does.
Yes, it does.
Everybody knows it does.
Whoever says that hasn't played.
Yeah. So the Packers bye is week 13, which I love. So
You hear me?
no,
I said whoever said that they must have they've never played past December.
well, I'm pretty sure it was because their bye week was early in the season, so that's why they said it to be correct or whatever. Is the Patriot way.
The Patriot way. Yeah. Yeah, Brady will be going to Foxborough. I think it's week 4. I think it is.
Yeah, it was a story on ESPN. Tom Brady Sr. is excited for the Patriots visit or the Buccaneers going to the Patriots. Get out of here.
It's gonna be too cold for a lot of those players in that Buccaneers offense and defense. Way too cold. Well.
It's
Week
early in
4,
the
so we're
year.
looking at
It's early in the
right.
year.
It's
And
still
it didn't matter. It didn't bother him in Lambeau.
Ooh, Massachusetts cold though, but it won't be. It won't be that late. I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's gonna be an interesting season, but it's still a long ways out, and who knows what's gonna happen. I mean, I was hoping that we were gonna snag Rodgers, but that smoke kind of cleared. There was
Nobody's
like
snagging
nothing there.
Rodgers. As it turns out, some of the stories were made up. Who would have
Yeah,
guessed? Who would have said that? I mean, nobody on this show last week would have said that. Nobody on the show last week said that this was a big ado about nothing. That it's the exact same position we were in last year.
hey,
Nobody said it.
Bever said how much more important with the extra game.
The bye week that it's later, it's that makes it even more important. The fact that there's an extra game this year, which I mean, I kind of forgot about because why would you add another game? Like whatever, it's money for the owners, but it's one less preseason game, so that's good. But at the same time, I felt like 16 games is perfect.
Uh, plenty long. It's a very very long season, and yeah, I'm not understanding that extra game as well. But yeah, having that extra game, yeah, and then having that if you have that bye week
What they
like you
should
guys
do,
have, week 13 is a good time.
they
Yeah.
should have had 2 bye weeks. And then you only have, and then just eliminate another preseason game and then have 2 bye weeks. Then you can add that one game.
Why does it feel like we did have 2 bye weeks? I had this conversation the other day with somebody too. Well, actually, not the other day. It was kind of a couple months ago, but I felt they said the same thing. I was like, wait, did we have 2 preseason games or not preseason, 2 bye weeks?
No, but that's because the Titans and the Ravens had to start B squads because the games kept getting pushed back because of COVID. The COVID test positive.
Okay, that I might just be getting confused. Yeah,
And then the
that.
Saints had 2 bye weeks because they had a bye week and then they played the Broncos with no quarterback.
That was a very weird season.
What?
But
I don't understand what the NFL was doing, but whatever. They play the full season.
and it was actually turned out better than I thought it would last season. It actually did. I knew the Buccaneers were going to win it all, but it was still a really, really good season.
I mean, yes, it ended up working out fine, but I don't know. I think there was a lot of slop. There was a lot of slop, and I think that is overlooked a little bit. That's okay though. It worked out. It was a fun season. It was a fun playoff run. Can't get
Dan the Man said lots of teams going to be beat up at the end of the year. Playoffs might look kind of weak. It's true. That extra week of practicing and all that stuff and prepping for another game, that extra week might do more damage than good. I think it's going to be more tiresome than what most fans think. That stuff weighs on you. What do you think?
You know what that means? Tebow's gonna be starting at quarterback at the end of the year on that extra game. They're gonna bring him in. They're gonna be like, you know what? He's changing his number. He's gonna be number 15 this week. Is that what his number was? I don't remember what his number was. Anyway,
Yeah, I think it was 15. Yeah,
they're gonna be like, he's gonna start this game because we can't risk our rookie quarterback getting hurt going into next year. And this is gonna be a send off. This is gonna be big number 1. Last one. And you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? He's gonna throw a short screen to a wide receiver who then takes it 80 yards to the house for a game-winning touchdown. And then people are gonna praise him for throwing that ball.
Okay, you had me in the first half, but then you lost me there at the end because I was gonna,
like he did to Demarius Thomas.
right. Yep. So I was gonna say that I can actually see that happening. Them putting him in the last, because again, it's Jacksonville. They're not going to be in the playoffs, so their last game is going to be that first week of January, and so I can actually see Urban Meyer doing that for Tebow. Some like, I owed you this for so long, brother.
No, it'll be like, show him what you got, my boy. I love you.
That stuff frustrates me, RJ, because he's not good enough to be in the NFL, but he's getting chance after chance, and that is just.
You mean a white man taking a bunch of jobs from people of color? Is that what you're talking about? Because it's not just happening in the NFL; it happened in the Major League Baseball too.
And you wouldn't think. Can you picture Tim Tebow running a route? A linebacker is going to be.
Yeah, I can picture it. It's a very slow picture, but
more times than not, it's going to be probably a. Well, I actually don't know, but it's obviously going to be a linebacker or a strong safety covering him.
It's going to be It's going to be funny because you're going to be watching it and you're going to be like, why'd they put it in slow mo?
Dude, it's going to be bad.
And then they actually put it in slow mo. You're like, oh.
Tebow wasn't fast in his prime. Now let's fast forward 10 years. When there's 21-year-old
playing baseball, he got quicker.
You got D linemen running 4.5s. D linemen.
Yeah. I mean, the game has changed in 9 years. That's for sure.
D linemen, linebackers, Devin Bush.
There's no Demarius Thomas on the Jaguars right now. That's all I'm going to say. You know, yeah, Bud Dupree is coming for.
Yeah, he
Tebow.
didn't say that.
Like he's headhunting, and I don't think he's going to be the only one. So it's going to be interesting to see how other players, like defenses, react to this. It's going to be interesting to see how just the teammates, the team reacts around it.
Yeah,
already kind of blowing up a little bit.
It's super disrespectful. It really is. Tebow, you don't hate the player, but let's go ahead and dive more into it.
I do.
What did he? I haven't even checked. I haven't even checked out the contract, but he probably is just getting minimum.
So what,
500K, 600K. Tim Tebow, you don't need that money. You can make that money going and speaking at some church down south a couple times, maybe just one time. And so that 1 year deal could have gone to somebody who's trying to, make their way onto the active roster, or if they already have and they're, oh, we got more salary cap space, we're going to pay you more, or what have you. Anything along those lines could have happened for somebody else, and that. And I wouldn't be in this if he was out of the league for 2 years. I'll even go as far as 3 years. But deep down, if you've gone 9 years without playing in the NFL, deep down, there's got to be that voice in you that says, all right, look, I still dream about it, but there's no way that I can get out there and hold my own. So I'll even if it was offered, I'd be like, no, let that position go to somebody who's young, who, my time's over. My time's done. My time's passed. So
1 year, 660,000.
And I think that's the minimum.
Yep.
Ah, damn, man. So they're gonna quote the movie Friday. You got knocked up. Oh.
I hope so. Listen, I just hope I hope they give other players the chance, I mean, there was like Brian Banks got brought in for a training camp. What the heck was the dude's name? The UFC fighter, wrestler. It's kind of an a-hole. He's really big and strong.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar came in for training camp.
You did.
And Brock Lesnar, is a big man, and
Yes.
he couldn't play.
The Rock couldn't.
Well, that was injuries. That was
Right.
knees because he
That's
was
true.
a good
That's
college
true.
player. So, I mean, he's no Warren Sapp. He played next to
Right.
Warren Sapp.
I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy. And
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Did you watch any or listen to any baseball this week? Big series this week.
Cardinals Brewers.
Yep, that'd be what I'm talking
Cardinals.
about.
You guys aren't looking too good.
Listen, the
You guys aren't
pitching
looking too good.
staff, the Brewers pitching staff is one of the best in the league, and I will stay behind that. But when it comes to their offense, I follow the Brewers pretty close. I don't know half the people that are playing. That's how injured they are.
Jeez.
Like they need Yelich. They need they need Kane to step up a little bit. Your second best hitter, the guy that you signed to a decent contract, expecting him to really carry the team when Yelich was hurt. So you sent him back to the minors because he can't hit anything right now. Keston Hira. So hopefully Hira can figure it out. But it's the Brewers keep wasting 6 innings, no runs, and they can't score, or 6 innings, 1 run. You should win that game, and they can't score. They lost 2-0. They lost in it was 10 the first game. So, and then they scored a couple runs, but when your best offensive player right now is hitting 231, not a good sign. Although I guess Colton Wong is your best offensive weapon, but I think he's hitting 270, 274, something like that. But
Yeah, I mean,
it's still early. It's still early.
Too early, man. Super, super early. I'm checking the stats
It's
right
there.
now.
I mean, the team is there. The bones are good. You're not very far behind. But yeah, that offense is it's hard. It's hard to listen to on the radio. I'm sure it's hard to watch.
NL Central is being led by the Cardinals, of course. Yeah, it's not. It's still. You guys are right there. You guys can't do too much bragging yet. Not yet. Still too soon. It is still too soon.
The thing is, the Cardinals are getting healthier while the Brewers are getting more hurt.
Cardinals are looking really good, man. The Cardinals are looking good, and I'm trying to catch as much as I can. But I do know that it seems like Nolan has been playing with this team for a long time. It seems like it, um, and it really looks like. And again, I just really been focusing on him just to see how he's going to play, and it seems like he's having a lot of fun playing in Busch Stadium when they play there. Like a lot of fun. It almost seems like he's always wanted to play for them, but I don't know. We'll see. Again, I can't get too much into it now because we got 17,000 more games this season. So I mean, I'll catch it once
Paul
we get like
Goldschmidt is?
Goldschmidt.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Isn't he one of our pitchers?
He is on the Cardinals. He's not a pitcher.
Yeah, he's somewhere. I know we got Wainwright is our guy.
Wainwright is not your guy. Wainwright is there, but he's not your guy.
No, yeah. I mean, like our guy, our pitcher. I mean, he's
Dan the man wants to make sure that this is known. The Brewers have still won more against the Cards than they have lost.
Hold on a second now, Dan the man.
What he's saying is,
I mean, you guys can have that. That's fine. Yeah. You guys can have that. You guys have never won a World Series.
That's why we have to take this dub. All right. You forget that the Brewers were the laughing stock of Major League Baseball for like 15 years.
Was that before?
Was that before bad.
Fielder or
that was before Fielder? That's how they got Fielder. That's how they got Fielder and Braun and with Ricky Weeks, Giovanni Gallardo. I could keep going.
Braun, yeah, God, dog, Ryan Braun for sure. He's got some big eyes.
He's got big eyes, and he likes to get people uh fired for doing their job so that he can clear his name. I
Yeah, I don't.
that's where I went. Yeah, I just
No, you're good. You're good, man.
no,
I mean,
with Ryan Braun. What I'm saying is, I just that's when I was like, yeah, I'm just done. If he's never a Brewer, like if they get rid of him, I'm just done with him.
did you see that the Brewers Stadium they're open? They're going full capacity.
They're going bold.
Yeah, in June next month.
I did not see that. I saw that they were
Yeah.
raising it this weekend to 50%.
Yep. And they said by June 12th, I think they said they're
Dan the
going.
man, why are you bringing that up? Don't tell him that.
Cards also beat us in our only World Series.
The Brewers used to be in the AL, which is so like
Man.
how there's the AFC and the NFC in football. There's the
Yeah,
American League and the National League in
I'm
baseball.
familiar.
Okay, and the Brewers used to be in the American League.
Yeah, I actually did not know that statistic though. Thank you, Dan the man. That gives me more firepower, of course. But I mean, it gets to that point of not even really needing to use it because a lion doesn't care about what a sheep thinks. That's kind of what the Cardinals are like to the Brewers. So I mean, you guys got
Is
to
that
do.
why we beat your asses the past 3 years?
Yeah. Have, have you guys?
we've been pushing you over our knee and letting you know who
Don't
Dad is.
listen to any of that. Nah, I mean, again, I think it's once I get more familiarized with the stations, or at least trying to find the games, and once we get to about game 65, 70,
All-Star break.
that's when we.
Yeah, which is about the 80 right before 80. So yeah, you're looking like 75.
Oh
That's the
yeah,
All-Star break, and that's when it starts to matter. That's when you need to start paying attention. That's
it
when the
heats up.
baseball gets good to watch. A lot of fun to watch. Hopefully they can figure out how they can get more people watching these channels. And why does baseball hate their younger generation being fans? Why do they want nobody to be fans of baseball? That's my question. Why baseball? Why don't you want young fans to be interested in the game? Why do you want them to know nothing about it except for what they see on Sports Center?
Yeah, see, yeah, I remember we talked about this, and again,
I'm bringing it up every time we talk about it because it gets me when I think about it. I get really mad. I get really mad.
you're right. I mean, I don't understand it, and it takes me time to really even try to think of a response because I don't know why any sort of business would do that.
I
Any
mean,
sort of business.
every single night you should have a game on national TV. Somebody should be carrying a game, and I know that it's tough,
Yeah.
tough to do that. There ain't no TV shows on right now. Everything was postponed for COVID. It's coming out in fall. You could be getting on. I mean, you can figure it out. Take a loss if for future
Yeah.
growth. That's something that a lot of businesses don't do is taking losses for future growth. They see
Mm,
they see what's right in front of them and that's it. And they gotta make some money. I mean, baseball's profitable, so they don't care.
right.
But you're only profitable until you're not. And when you don't try to grow, which baseball has not done for the past 20 years, you know, soon you're gonna be a not. Soon you're gonna be the NHL. Soon you're gonna be below the NHL. Major League Soccer's coming for your lunch.
I really, gosh, I used to play NHL a lot, the video game. Nah, sorry, you just threw that out there, and I'm just starting to think about the other sports, and yeah, I would not want to see that happen to baseball, but I'm not understanding that business plan. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Obviously, I'm not supposed to, but it's too challenging trying to search for a game. And I'm a millennial. I understand how to use the gadgets, the TVs,
Technology.
the X, Y, and Z, and I still struggle with trying to find a game. It's not available, not available. Like, what do you mean not available? How can I not watch a sport?
And the kicker is if you sign up for MLB TV, you can't watch your local team. if they're playing at home, you can't watch it because it's blacked out because they want you to watch it on that regional sports channel.
That's the
So you
dumbest.
can't watch it. So you could pay, $250 a year thinking you're going to be able to watch that team. But if your IP address shows up inside the regional sports area, it's going to be blacked out.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Just let
it's right up there. It is right up there. It's right up there with Tim Tebow being signed to play tight end for the Jaguars. I mean, they're neck and neck.
that's why I think I'm at where I'm at when it comes to the sport of baseball. And we spoke
It's
on this last time.
understandable. I mean,
Just,
who's the
I,
best player in baseball right now?
I mean, I couldn't tell you. I mean, Trout, of course. Is that you're gonna say Trout?
Okay. Yes, it probably is still Mike Trout, but I would even say, do you know who Ronald Acuna Jr. is? Do you know who Fernando Tatis is? Do you
Tatis.
know who you've heard of Tatis? Okay. I mean,
Yes.
you got Mookie Betts. I know you know Mookie. It's because he has such a,
I know.
unique name.
We used to, yeah. We
Do you know who Rafael Devers is?
no. Mm-mm.
And I don't expect you to. Juan Soto. Juan Soto.
SOTO. I think I've seen that name. Yeah,
So he plays for the Nationals, and he was their best offensive player in the World Series a couple years ago when they won.
that's probably why.
And he was 19, I think, at the time, 18 or 19. He might be the best player in the game right now.
nice.
He might be.
And that's the thing is, like you said, I didn't grow up watching it because I just didn't. I mean,
Mhm.
I of course we obviously had the Cardinals. We heard the noise. I think we didn't live that close to the stadium, but you know what I mean by noise. Just
Right.
talking about them and stuff. And yeah, you would catch. You would catch a few games, a good amount of games, but not enough. They were just not enough. And so becoming like a diehard baseball fan, it just seems like it's way more difficult to do than becoming a diehard fan of a football team.
Oh, it is. It
And
is.
it's frustrating. Mm.
And I mean, there's already more you have to know for baseball. So, like, you got your single A, double A, triple A, and there's even
Right.
more there. You have high A, low A, you have rookie ball. So, they've tried to make it a little bit more simple going through, but at the same time, that's a lot of players to kind of understand and know, and how the minor leagues work, and then you have pitching changes, and you really have specialty pitchers now that you don't know before, and you have WAR, you have WOBA, you have, I'm just boring you, BABIP.
No, 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 you're not boring me at all. Again, I just don't. When it comes to the game again, we're talking about these blackouts where it's I'm going through a maze just to watch the game, uh, for the local team, and for me, it's challenging for me to then okay, let me just go look at the stats then. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a numbers guy. I mean, I like stats, of course, when I can watch the game and I'm seeing the stats, but not watching the game and just going looking at stats or maybe just listening. That's different for me. That medium is something that I gotta work on.
But it's hard to work on when they don't want you to work on it. They try to keep you from doing it. I gotta say though, I love, so this year for radio broadcast, the Brewers Bob Uecker, one of the best broadcasters ever, living legend. He is only doing home games this year, and I love it because he sounds refreshed. Like, no traveling, he gets to stay home, like hang out. During road games, he'll come on like for a segment or two, but he'll do it from the home ballpark. And
Yeah.
he's a lot of fun to listen to right now. Like, you could tell he's got saved up energy, and it's awesome. I love it. So, this, I can't remember if they said this is his last year, but any year is going to be his last year. Just like the Dodgers with Vin Scully, you got to appreciate it while it's there. So,
True. Yeah. I mean, that's yeah, you guys do take a lot of pride, a lot of pride in him, or in his announcing, I should say, or he does. Excuse me. Let me rephrase this. He takes a lot of pride in that, and you guys respect the hell out of him for that.
yeah.
Um, he's most definitely a legend, and that will be an exciting day Um, an exciting day when he retires, but also sad day
Hmm. I will
as
say
well.
the two that they have right now are actually pretty good. So, I mean, they're not euchre yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever will be, but yeah, they don't have slouches coming in behind that are tough to listen to. So they do a pretty good job. And I love their TV announcers. Brian Anderson is one of the best play-by-play callers in any sport. He goes and does college basketball for March Madness, and you're like, why doesn't this guy do more national televised stuff? He goes and does baseball playoffs. He's really, really good, and the Brewers locked him down. And that's why I miss. That's honestly why I miss watching the game, because listening to Brian Anderson call it is just so much fun. So, speaking of legends,
Oh wait, no, I was wrong. Oh gosh, I was wrong about the. Let me correct myself. I'm looking at the Broncos schedule again, and no, they play the Rams as their last preseason game. So I was off. No, their bye week is in. I think I was on the wrong. Yeah, wrong.
week
Their
two sounded
bye
very
week,
early. I think bye weeks usually start week 4.
their bye week is way in. Where did it just go? Where did it just go? Right about there, November 21st. Ooh, late, late. I like it.
Yeah,
I really,
I'm
I like
I'm
it. So,
glad
yeah,
that they'll be out of playoff contention by that time too. So
so true. Probably, but again, my apologies there. I was way off.
did you see Teddy Bridgewater was criticizing the way the Panthers practiced last year?
I'm sorry. What?
Teddy Bridgewater came out and criticized the way the Panthers practiced.
So, oh man. So he's already talking trash. What coming over? I mean, hopefully he backs it up when we need him to, obviously. But save that for don't be like that, Teddy. Uh, don't be like
so
that.
so speaking of legends, at midnight tonight, Mass Effect comes out.
Uh-oh.
You gonna be playing?
Oh jeez. No, heck no. I'm not gonna have it downloaded in
When
time. I'm
You
not
don't have to
gonna-
download it, but are you gonna get the game?
oh well, yeah, I'll get the game. You said
It's
play
three
tonight.
games. It's 3 games. I didn't mean like tonight, play it tonight
Oh,
tonight.
I'm like,
No.
bro, finish
I'm not
downloading it
even gonna play it tonight.
40 in the morning.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, you do have Walmart internet. You ain't got Walmart, you got Aldi internet. Goodwill said they wouldn't accept your internet, it's so bad.
Fast. Let me see.
Red Cross said they couldn't give it away for free.
Let me do let me do a speed test. I'm actually on the Wi-Fi right now, so I'm not on my. I'm not hardwired. Run speed test. This is about to be funny. This is gonna be
So
hilarious.
I'm excited for Mass Effect. It is one of my favorite stories. Yeah, told in any medium. Like it's just
Oh,
I think that it's an amazing story. What are you getting? 2? 3?
68.1.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's my download, and my upload is 18.1. Yeah,
Anything over 5 for uploads, all you need.
it's a lot faster when I hardwire.
Well,
But
yeah.
again, sorry, go ahead with the Mass
Well,
Effect.
just I'm very excited to play Mass Effect again. Like the thing that so I loved the first game a lot, and I loved because it was more RPG than it was action, and a
Mhm.
lot of people didn't like that. So they changed it to be more action than RPG. So I'm interested to see how that is. Um,
Hey, speak on that game, Returnal though. How's
it's a
that?
fun game. That's why I'm not playing it tonight, because I've been playing that game. Uh, so I mean, it's a gorgeous game. It's got kind of like spooky vibes, but every time you die, you restart at the beginning, and you do get these tools that kind of make shortcuts to restart it,
Yeah.
and you power up as you go through. It's I love it. That's called like a roguelike game. So like every once in a while you get an item that's permanent that goes with you, but otherwise most of your stats start over from the beginning. Um, and then with the new controller, you aim down halfway and then that's your normal like aim down sights.
Mm,
Then if you pull it all the way, it's your secondary fire. It's really
nice,
cool. And
nice.
you feel the raindrops on the controller. Like you feel the raindrops. The game's beautiful. The way they use the controller is beautiful. The sound is gorgeous. Like everything about it, I love. The only thing is, and I've heard this critique, and I think they're gonna work on trying to fix it. So if you're like a run, so you call it a run, your one life,
Mm,
it could last up to 2 hours, depending on how in depth you are in exploring, how you are against bosses. So like some fights, heavy fights and stuff. If you shut the game off, you start back from the beginning. There's no save in the middle of your run. And they didn't want to do that because they didn't want people like, it's called save scumming. So they didn't want people like playing, you die, and then you reload before it could save. But
uh, oh,
there's like, the thing is, there's rogue lights that do this and they don't have an issue with it. And then it's not a multiplayer game, it's a single player game. So who cares? Right?
yeah, that'd be challenging
So
though.
so the thing is, so this developer, which I love all their games. They usually do arcade games, which is when you can kind of feel their arcade roots in it, especially with some of the weapons. And they said that with an arcade game, you didn't really save in between either. It was just really long runs that you would do. So
Mm,
that's kind of what their focus was, to kind of like still have this arcade feel, but in a third person shooter, like zoomed in. The story's interesting, like it's super weird, but like it's fun. Like I love that game. Right now, it's a lot. It might be my favorite game on PS5. It's really really good.
nice. I mean, I got to get back in that. I've been just going hard on FIFA and Rocket League.
That's okay though. There ain't
Hard
nothing wrong with
on
that.
FIFA too. I tried to play some Fortnite, but it took so long. So all of it, everything's downloaded. I had everything downloaded for Fortnite. Even checked my downloads. There's nothing. I was like, all right, this bad boy's good to go. I click on it, obviously, to play. I waited upwards to like a minute just to get past the screen. And I was like, I'm good. I'm like, this game
Yeah,
is, I'm like, this game, these servers are just, yeah. I'm like, this is just too much. And so I just immediately backed out of that. But been playing some Rocket League. I'm trying to get into some tournaments for Rocket League, man. Trying to check out some of those tourneys,
trying to get humbled.
right?
I I played some Apex last weekend with that new season, and like they have that new game mode on there. Apex is so much fun. I
Is it?
just like that,
How's the
since the
map?
last time you and I played, they added 5 characters.
Mm. How's the map? I
They're
guess
fine.
that's okay.
Like so like the new so it's like 3v3, and then it's last person standing, and eventually a circle does close, and then it's the best um what is it? The first one to 3, but then you have to win by 2 so it could take up to 9 rounds. And it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. So you end up getting money, so then you purchase your weapon loadout between each round. So it's different in that respect. And then you can pick up money on your way around, but there's teamwork. You have to buy your super, it doesn't just charge. So like everything you do, you have to kind of spend points on.
Nice.
And then but then just the regular battle royale is just so much fun. It's so quick.
It's like
You
a
know,
war zone. That's what it sounded like. Like a
it's more like you ever played Rogue Company? It's like that. It's like trying to think, like, oh, kind of a little bit Rainbow Six, but 3v3 and less
gotcha.
hardcore because you have a shield and stuff that you can recharge. So
Are you talking about like a separate mode, like
yeah,
a
it's a
different game
separate
mode?
mode. It's not the
Gotcha.
battle royale. It's a separate mode.
Got okay. Yeah. I mean, I going into that. Mine, I got it's all downloaded. My Apex as well. Getting my goodness. I
There's
don't even know,
some
but I
good
love
games coming out here. So we have, Mass Effect now. Ratchet and Clank comes out soon. Warzone. Oh yeah, that's right. Warzone has a new map. And the man says he's been stuck on that one.
it.
I haven't played for a while. I need to just delete it from my system because it takes up way too much space. But um, I'm almost done with Ratchet and Clank, getting ready for that new one that's coming out. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Uh, yeah, I'm excited for the
Ooh,
video games coming out.
I'm gonna be playing tomorrow because oh yeah, your boy's looking at a clear schedule tomorrow, a mental health day, aka play video games. So I'm gonna be playing that. What is that called? Radon? Uh, not radon. Jesus,
Resogun.
I said radon. That's what you test for in your homes. Uh, Resogun.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Resogun. Resogun gonna be something that I'll be streaming tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Some FIFA, of course, too. A lot of Rocket League. I'm in this real heavy binge Rocket
Ain't
League.
nothing wrong with that.
Right? Yeah, we'll have to play tomorrow. We got to redeem ourselves.
We need to do our community stream on Saturday.
What are we thinking about playing?
I mean, just Among Us or
What's that, Dead
Rocket
by Daylight?
League or you said Dead by Daylight? What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. Yep.
I'd have to
Is that what?
buy that.
Oh, no, let's do Rocket League. Let's do Rocket League. A community gaming night, Rocket League Saturday night. Wait, let me back up. I'm going to be out of town.
Hmm. Well, maybe I'll still try to do some like Rocket League or something. So
yeah, I'm out of town. So I will get it all into.
Doc says he wants to play some Rocket League with us. So you can play with the bad one. We'll play some Rocket
Okay.
League.
I'm going to take my system.
Hmm.
I'll take
All
my
right.
system.
All right.
Yeah. And ooh, it's going to be hotel Wi-Fi though. Ooh.
Doc says he's got what he needs. He's gonna go with it.
All right, cool. Perfect. But that's all I got, man. That's all I got.
Yep, still on for 10:30, Doc.
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, I have nothing more. I'm excited for video games that are coming out. Excited to see Tim Tebow cross that middle. I'm excited to see.
Did I talk about Mortal Kombat?
No.
I did not speak about Mortal Kombat.
What about it? The movie or the game?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was the movie, because obviously I watched the movie. It's all right.
I think we talked about it like a couple shows ago, I think, but talk about it again. Go on with your bad self.
Well, I it's all right. It's all right. The more now that I'm removed from it and I'm letting it settle and really diving back into the older Mortal Kombats and how everything went about. It's an all right movie. It's not really that good, but it's all right. There's many plot holes, and some of the characters that they introduce really don't even do anything the entire movie. And I'm not exaggerating, like nothing.
So they just introduced them to use them for the next movie.
Yeah.
So I watched like the last 30 minutes of it. Maybe the last 45.
Oh, Danny Manson, he loved it. He's a
Sub-Zero was good. I like Sub-Zero. I like Scorpion. I like that they had cast both those actors. Sub-Zero is in Warrior, which I highly recommend for a show on HBO Max. If you have HBO Max, it's an amazing show. And he's really good in that as well. But yeah, I did not understand the main character.
That's why I say I don't understand this random. He's not even in the Mortal Kombat realm of video games ever.
That's what I asked Ashley. I'm like, who's he supposed to be? She
He's
knows Mortal Kombat more than I do.
right. You and this is not the time to introduce some random character. You do that on maybe the second one or the third, just a random person who's just part of the tournament who's gonna get his head ripped off. In like the first scene from Goro or whoever. You know what I mean? You don't you, the first film, you don't introduce some random new character. Because the entire time, the entire movie, you're focused on that. Like, who is this? Who is this? Who is this person? Who is this person? Ooh, get to the end and
It's nobody.
he just has a yeah, it was all right. It was all right. I mean, it was all right. Dana Man said a character development, man, they got to do a next movie should be fire. I had to look that up too. I was so yeah. I mean, again, Dana Man, it's I walked in knowing what
Watch
I did.
and watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's amazing. Amazing show. Watch it.
So true, Dana Man.
Also, Star Wars The Bad Batch is very good so far.
Mm.
What movie? I haven't really watched any movies. I'm really
Yeah.
bad with movies.
Um,
I watched the
no,
1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie again.
nice.
Holds up. It's a great movie. My kids love it too. I I succeeded. I succeeded as a parent. My kids love Ninja Turtles.
Dana Man said Falcons, good, love it. Haven't seen Star Wars yet. And meaning to, absolutely. I have not watched it yet. RJ's trying to get me to watch it too.
It's good.
Well, I got
If
a long
if
list.
you like the Marvel universe, you have to watch it.
Okay.
If you enjoy some of the Marvel movies, I highly recommend you watch it. And if you don't care for Marvel, I still somewhat recommend you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier because it's entertaining. So it's good TV.
Mm. All
There's
right,
really
man.
good buddy moments. But all right, well, join us on Sunday. We have a fantastic guest coming. Yeah, I think everyone's gonna enjoy him a lot. So his name is Michael, and he's gonna share his story, and I think we're gonna laugh a lot. I think it's gonna be a really fun episode. So Sunday
Yeah.
morning, 9 a.m. Central Time. Be there,
Listen.
be square. Join us for our sobriety podcast. Thank you for hanging out with us, everybody. We love it, and let's have a good week. So, see ya.
See you guys later.
And let's raid, I guess. See you Sunday, Carrie. Gonna raid some Big Or who is playing some Warzone. I
All right.
believe.
See you later, Carrie. Bigore 33. You see that raid we got by Lion?
Mm-hmm.
We had 15 people, 15 viewers at one time.
We had 18.
Oh, geez.